Hey, real estate rock stars. Today's question is, do open houses work? A lot of us are like, man, it doesn't work. I'm just wasting my time. The conversion's not happening whatsoever. It doesn't work in this market or in this era. And what I can tell you is, if it does work. And if it isn't working for you, it's because you've been doing it wrong. You don't have the right system and process in place. And I can say that with 100% certainty because I'm one of those. For over a decade, have been doing it completely wrong. And thank you, Deidre Quinn. I'm giving you a shout out. She's the one who yesterday, we just recorded the system and the process on how to do this system where you can make $250,000 minimum following this foolproof system. I'll tell you at the end of this video how to get a copy of that video. But in the meantime, I'm gonna share today 3 simple tips that you can add into your open house to increase the conversion like that. Hi, I'm Guillermo Salas, and I've been selling real estate for over a decade in the Philadelphia and New Jersey area, having closed over 1,500 transactions, and I'm here to share every single tip, trick, process system I've ever created in my real estate business to help you grow and scale your business and create time, location, and financial freedom. So please subscribe to my channel. Please, hit that notification so you hear about the content way sooner than anybody else. And let's go do it. Let's go jump into it. First, before we get into the 3 tips, let's set the foundation and the mindset around open houses. The number 1 goal about setting an open house is to actually collect the information of the people who come into the open house and put them into your database. Like a lot of us are like, hey, we're gonna sell this house. Yeah, I mean, that's a sub goal, but statistically speaking, it's highly improbable that that actually happens. So let's just give ourselves grace that that's not likely going to happen. It's something we need to do because we promised our clients that we're gonna market in every avenue that we can. That's one of them. But the main goal is to get the contact information of the person who's coming into the house so that you can put it into your database and then increase your sales pipeline. So that's number 1. Now let's talk about the numbers of this, right? The goal is to make another $250,000. And so how do the numbers work? The goal here is to do 2 open houses a week. And for every open house, add 2 people into your database out of every one of those open houses. So if you are doing it every week, that's 168 people to put in your contact. The conversion rate is a 12 to 2, right? For every 12 people you're gonna have 2 clients actually work with you as clients. So looking at that, average price point of $300,000, that's gonna get you another $250,000 of GCI into your business by just sitting in open houses 2 every single week. Okay, tip number 1 is forget the sign-in sheets. They don't work, right? They just scribble some fake number or name or make the email illegible. They don't work. And forget about the tablet too, right? Yeah, well, that's all that we won't do handwriting. We'll just put it in a tablet. They're gonna put a fake email or fake number in there. It's the same sort of process as when you go to a regular store and you're checking out and the person behind the counter says, hey, would you like to give your phone number so that we can spam you, right? Yeah, you probably have a fake number or fake old email address that you give them so that you don't get bothered. However, think about how that shifts if they say something along the lines of, hey, would you like to give your phone number so that we can send you a 50% coupon? Boom. There's a real shift right there, right? That 50% coupon. Now the likelihood of you actually giving your real number and your real email address goes up exponentially. In fact, most likely you're probably giving them the right information. That's how you want to treat this part of your open house. So that's why I say forget about the sign-in sheets. Instead, what we're going to create is a digital folder ahead of time. And in that digital folder, you're going to have a bunch of things of value. They could be the latest restaurants that are opening. They could be a list of contractors that work in the area. It could be school reports if it's a specific area where people are moving for the schools. It could be crime reports. It could be market updates. It could be things like if you're in a catchment area, boundaries of the catchment area and the benefits. Just think about all the things that you may want if you're a buyer as you're thinking about buying in a particular neighborhood. And you're going to create a document, a PDF, and put it into a digital folder. A lot of us use Google. You create a QR code. And so as you're interacting with that individual as they come into your open house and you're asking them questions about their experience and what they're looking to do and their time frame, you're going to have your ear out for what they like about the neighborhood and what interests them about their buying experience. And you're going to have that prepared so as they're walking through the house or they're about to leave, you make sure you get their full name, right? But then you say, oh, cool, you're moving into the neighborhood because you're really interested about the restaurants. Well, I got a whole restaurant guide for you. Would you be interested in receiving that? And that's the way to get their correct information and put it into your database. Make sense? Awesome. Tip number 2, be strategic, right? If you want to be known to be the expert in a particular neighborhood and a particular price point, then make sure all your open houses are geared towards that goal, right? When I was doing it, I was picking one neighborhood one weekend, another neighborhood the other weekend, a different price point. There was no intention around it whatsoever. I was just going about it just sporadically. And that's a great way, not having a plan, being completely reactive to not hit your goals, right? So the idea here is be strategic. If you want to be in a particular neighborhood, then hit that neighborhood over and over and over every single weekend and pick a price point, $500,000 to $600,000, because now you'll be known, right? Like if you're sitting in an open house every single weekend and there's buyers out there looking in that price point, in that neighborhood, guess who they're gonna see at different houses every single weekend? You. And what are they gonna think? Man, that person is 1, a hard worker, and 2, they're an expert in this neighborhood. And so for those of you, you might be like, well, I don't have that many listings. Well, there's other people in the world that have listings, right? Go out there and get on their lists. Get on those people in your office that don't know how to do open houses. And it's like, hey man, I'll sit your open houses for you. Why? So you can go out and just hang out and not work. People will want you to sit their open houses, create a list, and be strategic. Pick that neighborhood, hit it hard, be consistent, and have the same price point, right? That way you'll know every single neighborhood property that's available in that price point. And if that one house doesn't work, remember, statistically improbable that they're gonna buy the house they walk into the open house, then you know about all the other houses available in the same sort of general makeup. And now you can sort of like, hey, cool, this one doesn't work for you, backyard's not big enough, I know the one down the street that absolutely is available for you and has a bigger backyard. Sound good? All right. Okay, tip number 3, final tip, move everything up earlier. Why my open houses weren't working and where I imagine your open houses aren't working, we're doing things way too late. For instance, door knocking, I was doing the day of. The system talks about moving it up to Tuesday, right? Earlier in the week. So you're door knocking, you're inviting the neighbors to come and see the property on that Sunday and invite their friends and family who want to live in the area as well. So move everything up early. That's one example. The other example is go tour the properties in the neighborhood that are competitive or similar to the one that you're gonna set the open house. Don't wait. Most of us don't even do it, but definitely don't wait till the day of to start pulling a list, right? Somewhere in the middle of the week, you're pulling together, you should be touring all the other houses, schedule it, go out there and see them yourselves. And then this is a great practice, but never thought about it. It's so easy and like a no-brainer. And when I was told about it, I was like, duh, why didn't I do that? Is go create a list of the houses in the neighborhood that are similar, that are going show. Literally empty and vacant to show. Why? So that when people walk into your open house on Sunday or Saturday, whenever you're doing it, and they're like, hey man, I really like this property, but it doesn't have a big enough backyard, or the floor plan's not open enough, you've already seen the other properties. And more importantly, you know which ones are available to see immediately. And you can pivot that conversation like, oh, well, great. I actually know of a property right around the corner that I can get you right into it immediately. Open house ends at 4 o'clock. Would you be willing to come back at 4:10 and I'll meet you at that property and I'll let you in? That's a way to convert clients, right? Absolutely, and that's all about preparation and moving things earlier. Okay, I mentioned that I was gonna tell you how to get the full Deidre Quinn open house system at the end of this video. Very simple. All I want you to do in the comments below, just write the word open house and I'll make sure that you get a full copy of the video, but I want you to watch it completely from soup to nuts, follow the entire system, right? Don't pick and choose, don't cherry pick, A to Z. Follow the whole complete system and I guarantee you, if you do it, you'll add a lot more business into your real estate business. In the meantime, until next video, go out there and cause and create miracles. Have a great day.